Good morning, guys. You can see Havana is being a little sleepy, but today I want to clean out the Cascade canister filter that is on the 55-gallon acrylic tank in the office. And why would I do a video on that? Well, let me show you. The reason why I want to clean this tank is because of this substrate. There is some algae on the glass. I'm not too concerned about it. And, you know, I got the Parkinsoni Rainbows in here. But this sand is the black diamond blasting sand. And I always say I totally regret putting it in this tank. And you can see there's no sand over here. There is some hard water spot marks from water that kind of dripped down the tank. But this sand I thought was going to look like this, black. But it was so fine, it kind of was gray, and it makes this powder. And this water always has particles in it. Because whenever the plecos, whether it's the super reds, you know, you can see these guys right there, or if it's the super awesome brilliant bristlenose, they just always kick up the sand. So this tank's always got a ton of particles in it, and it drives me nuts. And the reason, let's get back to it, I want to clean out the canister is check out this box filter. You can see that it's filling up with sand. That's the sand right there. So it's just constantly pulling particles out of the water. And this Cascade canister, there's the return. The intake's over there. I have never cleaned it. And I purely put that canister on here to increase the flow for these plecos. You can see there's quite a few over here in this corner. But I just want to increase the flow for them to see if that would help trigger their spawning. But let's get into it, and let's take the canister filter off of this tank. Alright guys, it's a little bit of a mess back here. It's just kind of some shipping boxes and other products and stuff. But here's the filter. It's actually sitting on a bucket because the hoses weren't long enough to reach the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. We'll stop the water flow. And I've never taken this apart, so I'm kind of winging this, but I can see that there is some valves I can turn off right here. And hopefully I can just turn those, keep water from splashing out, and then we'll take this out into better lighting. I'm interested to see what's in this. And looking through the side, it is clear. I don't see like sand in it. Like I figured I might see sand through the plastic, but we'll see what it looks like on the inside. Alright guys, I couldn't figure out how to get the hoses off. And I didn't want to break anything, so I just took the whole assembly and I put it in my bathtub because I was going to take it out into the family room. I thought, well, I might make a mess, so at least let me make the mess in a bathtub. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. I can already see sand in here. So this top tray was like the extra media that I had kind of sitting around. Oh, I think that goes there. But it's kind of full of mold. And, oh yeah, this thing could use a cleaner. This was just extra sponge material. And these are the pieces that I cut. Now, to clean this, I'm going to clean it just here in the bathtub. My tap water's got chlorine, and the chlorine's going to kill beneficial bacteria. I'm not too concerned with that because I do have the two box filters that are still running in the tank. I never clean filters more than one at a time, so that way I'm not losing the beneficial bacteria. But these guys definitely could use a cleaning, and this is going to help polish the water, but you can see how well these sponge filters are actually doing. This was the coarse one, and this was going to be mainly for biological, but it does pull out some of the waste. I think that was it. Oh, guys. The bottom is, this is sand. I mean, there's probably some detritus in there, but this is the sand. And I can feel there's a lot of it in the bottom. So I don't want to put that down this drain, so I'm going to dump this outside. Alright, now I'm going to clean those sponge filters out. I'm just going to do it in the sink. Oh man, I completely forgot how I did this. There's double layer. Trying to see how much sand's in here. Alright, that took way longer than I thought it was going to. I got the baskets cleaned out and all the sponge pieces. And let me flip you around. Alright guys, I made a complete mess. The bathtub's dirty, the sink is dirty. It's more of the sand particles than like any kind of detritus. But the sponge is clean-ish. I probably spent like half an hour cleaning those pieces. Seems like no matter how many times I was squeezing those foam sponges, it just kept putting out dirt. But I got them pretty clean. There's the baskets and the coarse one. That coarse pad goes on the bottom. But I'm gonna put this back together, but there's something I wanna show you. I'm not gonna show you putting it back together. Who cares about that, right? But there's one step I wanna show you after I get this assembled. So let's assemble this thing. Alright guys, it's all back together. All the baskets are in there. But one thing I want to do before I get this thing ready to go back on, I need to fill this with water. It helps with priming and getting this thing restarted. But before I even do that, I'm going to use some Fritz Zyme 7. I do have a video on this product. This is a live bacteria, and this helps seed the filter. I do have the box filters, which are seated and working correctly, but this is going to help re-jumpstart this because I probably killed off all the beneficial bacteria by running tap water through those sponges. The tap water has chlorine in it, and it's going to kill off that bacteria. I'm basically going to restart the cycle on this media using Fritz Zyme 7. And I have a video on this. It's a product spotlight. I'll link it in the description if you want to know more about it. And also, if you want to know more about this canister filter, this came from Ohio Fish Rescue. They were donated this by somebody. They couldn't use it, so they actually donated it to me. I have a video on cutting out the sponge material and basically hot rodding this filter to get it operational. I will put that link in the description as well. But let's go ahead and open this up. I'm doing this one-handed, so bear with me. And we're going to pour, and there's really no too much or too little. So we got some good bacteria in there. That's going to filter down through all those sponges. Now, what the mistake I could see happening it's going right to this tap and filling this thing up with water to get this thing filled up so I can get the cycle going on get the pump going, right? But I don't want to put chlorine in there, so you can put the dechlor in there, like API or Fritz. I got Fritz Complete, but I'm just going to use tank water. It's safe. I don't have to add any more chemicals. And so I'm going to take this over to the bucket and just start a little siphon over the edge and put water in this. So let's do that. All right, guys, I'm holding this Python in one hand. So I just have my mini Python. This is actually the small, tall Python I use. And it's just going over. As you can see, I'm just using a siphon to fill this thing up with tank water. And that's how I'm going to basically prime this pump. So no additives needed as far as dechlor, not tap water, it's just straight tank water. I'm going to fill this thing up, put the pump head back on, and we'll get this thing up and running. It's taking a while for this canister to fill up. It's a slow siphon. It's a small, like I said, it's a small, tall Python siphon, so it doesn't flow a whole lot of water. But Charlotte's keeping me company. Yeah, while I wait for this thing to fill up. So it's going to take a few minutes. All right, it's back up and running. It made the water a little cloudy. You know, it spit out some of that new Fritz Zyme 7 beneficial bacteria. But it's up and running, and there's still some air pockets in it. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit noisy. It has kind of like a rattle noise to the canister filter right now, but as it purges the little air pockets out, that will go away. And I just heard it. Yep, you can see there goes a bunch of bubbles. So eventually it will purge all the little pockets out, and it'll be up and running. And hopefully, maybe this tank will get a little less debris in the column, and keep looking better and better as it grows and matures. It looks a lot better now than it did just a month ago, and definitely better than 6 months ago. These Amazon swords are really filling in, and I even think Havana approves of it. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I just want to show you what the canister filter may have looked like. You can see there goes one of the females kind of hiding. They're kind of wondering what is going on. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Making a mess, gotta clean it up. Gonna find out who's dirty or clean. Let's clean the canister filter. It won't be that bad. It won't be dirty, it'll just be sandy.